Hey y'all, Billy from Perma Pastures Farm. Just want to tell you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, June 4th, Friday, we're going to be going live. So be sure to hang out with us. Hey y'all, Billy and Michelle from Perma Pastures Farm. Today we're going to be doing, everybody seems to have a giggles today, so this is like take number 5, y'all. So anyway, here we are doing take number 5 out here in our latest video, which is going to be about planting sweet potatoes. Now, last time we did this, it was this time about it was much later last year. We made a lot of mistakes last year. We were not long being at this place, so we planted everything late because we built these boxes late. And we also had something of a rat problem where the rats would literally go down the hill, take a
chunk out of each one and leave them alone.
Yeah, just leave it alone. And then, some of the YouTubers were saying, hey, just cut around it and keep on eating. Nah, homie, don't play that. I'm not about to share a meal with a rat. So, yeah, knock yourself out anyway. We had a rat problem. But remember, in permaculture, folks, we don't have a rat problem down there in the food forest. We got a lack of cat problem. See, you dig? That's how we do it. We don't look at the problem in a reductionistic way. We don't look at any of them that way. So we just get some barn cats and that'll hopefully put them in balance. And I think they will. If nothing else, her little rat looking dog, Nala, knocks out half of them anyway every time she digs them up and swallows them right there in front of us.
That was a rabbit.
Okay, like that's any better. But anyway, Here we are, sweet potatoes, we're going to get them in the ground. And by and large, we're using the Jevons method for doing as far as the spacing and stuff like that. These beds are about 18 to 20 inches up off the ground. And they're leveled out here by and large for the most part. So all we're going to do is take this top dressing of the compost, that 18-day compost we made a little while ago. We're going to lay it out here, and then we're going to commence to putting these in the ground because as you can tell, it's a little bit overcast, but it's supposed to rain. So it's what it is. So with that said, it's time to go ahead and get going. All right, here we are at we're like on the edge of a cliff, y'all. And these beds, they're not ideal, not the way we really wanted them, because we had to really invent a few things just to get the technology to put them on the side of this cliff. So these are four feet this way, about 8 feet going this way. And so we had to break them down into 4 beds just on the front of the house. Now around the side, they're considerably larger. They're all 4 foot wide, but generally, or 5 foot in some places, 5 foot wide, no wider than 5 feet. Depending on the beds, we never go wider than 5 feet. And the reason why, well, I can provide a long, impressive list of the reasons why. But number one is for ergonomic reasons. So if it's any wider than 5 feet, just think of the stretch of your arms. You don't want to be like this all day long. Now, there was a guy we worked with in the past, and she's already laughing. He made these suckers 6 and 7 feet wide, and you're like this all day long trying to harvest your tomatoes and whatnot up in there. And we said it was a bad idea from the word go. Anyway, that's something you also want to consider when you lay out your beds and stuff. You want to make sure that ergonomically it makes sense. You don't want to be pushing 80 years old hunkered over like that. So anyway, another little issue. Look, folks, one of my friends and mentors, Danny King from Deep South Homestead, he has a little pamphlet here that you can buy from their Etsy store. Just check out there. I'm sure everybody here has heard about them, but maybe you haven't heard about that. He'll show you how to make your slips, the whole 9 yards, anything you want to know about not only sweet potatoes, but check out his YouTube channel if you haven't, because he does it all. Everything from a lightning bolt to a lightning bug. Danny knows just about everything. Probably in the top 2 smartest people I know on this planet, and that's saying something. So with that side, we're going to talk about these slips here. She's got, what, how many different types here?
We've got 4 different types of sweet potatoes, which we didn't grow. He teaches you in the manual how to do it, but we didn't get that done this year, so we had to buy our slips. So there's 4 different types, and we're going to plant a different variety in each bed.
Now, the spacing on these is going to be in accordance with the Jevons thing, where they're kind of offset. And because these are so deep, I mean, like I said, this one here is every bit of 24 inches deep, filled with soil. So there's quite a bit in here. In the Jevons thing, and we've kind of encouraged other people to check that one out. The spacing is a little bit offset, and there's a reason for that. It's a pretty cool reason too. You'll have to read the book. I'm not going to go into too much of it right here, but we're going to basically offset these rows in such a way to where we're going to count on them to utilize the depth that we have of the soil, much of it compost, right here in this bed. All right, the way we're doing this is a combination of, we're using Danny King's method in here to some extent, at least with a, I know this is gonna sound silly, but ever since I watched that first video where he's out there and he's sticking these things in the ground perfectly with a forked stick, this here, may not have the right one. He did it so effortlessly in his video that I just feel like a nincompoop right now that I can't seem to do. I can do it to some extent, but I can't do it as easily as he did. We're in a different area here, but I just want to back up a little bit. On my hands, folks, it's kind of important to know the length of your hand, okay? Can't even believe I just said that out loud. But for me, from here to here, I know it's 6.5 inches. From here to here is 9 inches. Don't believe me? Bam! 9 inches. Really? You gotta stretch them out, honey.
I did.
Okay, so you got a whopping
It's like,
7 and a
yeah.
Do mine.
7 1/4. Okay, so at least I wonder what Michelle Obama's is. What, like 15 or? So you got 9. There you go. So anyway, like I said, in Danny's, I think in his book, he's saying, you know, I think I can't remember
What
the spacing.
Oh, the
Spacing was considerably farther away. He's doing a totally different application there. Like I said, I'm going to do this Jevons thing in this bed because it's just like in this particular one, it's filled every bit of 2 feet with some very, very soft, good soil. So I know that I want 9 inches. So bam, right between those 9 inches. But in this Jevons method, you're gonna section them off a little bit. I think we need a little bit more than 9 inches. I think we're going to regret that, probably. But I don't have the benefit of having Danny right here in my back pocket to talk to. So I'm going to go ahead. When you do your next one with the Jevons method, it's not 9 inches. Your rows are not going to be the same. They're going to be a little bit different. So it's going to be 9 inches from this and this. So it's like a triangle pattern. If you check out that book, John Jevons' book, I can't think of the name right now.
More vegetables.
Yeah, how to grow more vegetables. Anyway, I'm going to demonstrate how Danny does it, but I'm going to do a lousy job of it. I'm going to just pull back some of this wetter stuff. Now he'll go down there. Bam, I got me a little bit of stuck this down in there and just kind of pulled it off to the side. Now he'll throw these things down on the ground and with a stick standing straight up, he'll get them in perfect every single time. Every time I do it, I feel like Austin Powers, like I'm halfway, like not doing this right. I mean, it's working perfectly. I just ain't making it look as easy as my man Danny does it. So it's going to require some practice. So with that said, we're just going to keep on rocking on. We'll go ahead and finish this up.
Is that working for you, Mo?
Yes, it is. Thank you very much. I'll be done before Dad's done. I started after he did.
Mine was right. Mine's done.
Mine's right.
That's how I do it. This is right. Precision matters. Where's your fork and stick?
Mine's more accurate than yours. And I'm faster.
It's gotta be difficult. Fork and stick. Bam! Fork and stick dance.
What is... I think there was a little bit too much rum in that tiramisu.
All right, that's a wrap. Kind of goes pretty quick when the whole family unit's on board, especially when, you know, all of us are kind of using the same technique, you know. Anyway, yeah, Michelle insisted on, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. She'll use tools for things that got no business being used out here. I'm just lucky it's not my electrician's tools. I'm lucky I don't have a set of Kleins buried out here. I got Lyman's pliers over there. I got some dikes up in here.
I saw a screwdriver I was wanting
No, folks. Y'all have any idea how many tools I no longer have because they're probably buried in somebody's garden somewhere? But anyway, all this stuff is in. She refused to use your fork and stick, Danny. So
no, I didn't have one to use, so I had to improvise.
Yeah, you're not getting my fork and stick. You got to get your own. Anyway, she decided to use a broom handle, messed up the whole rotation, but it did work. I got to give it to you. Well done. Well done. Anyway, this is where she gets a A+ for an audible. Anyway, all these are in. We got 4 varieties in here, and we got somewhere to be, so we got to go ahead and wrap this one up. So, folks, this is how we're going to do these sweet potatoes up here. Now, we got a whole gang of them more to put down. Guess where? Down in the Syntropic design. And we got spaces kicked out. I think we got spaces down there for that. We're even going to do some instant gardens down there too. So you want to stick around for that. So we're going to try this in an instant garden setting, and we're going to see if it works, because I don't know that we've ever done it. I don't think it's ever been done, at least not that anybody's recorded. So we're going to be, this is something of an experiment, and we're going to also conduct this same experiment down there. But this is a whole lot of bed, a whole lot of sweet potatoes, and a whole lot of progress, hopefully. So yeah, we cut and pasted a few things out of here that we probably shouldn't have done, and we probably made a few mistakes, and judging by some of this spacing, somebody's hands are a little bit wrong. So we're not quite squared away on the spacing, but hey, it's a pretty good experiment. So folks, we have fun doing this. Until next time, this is Billy and Michelle from Perma Pastures Farm, the permaculture pimp daddy. Remember that, where the pimp stands for permaculture is my passion. We'll see you next time.